Is this as bright as my future? Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're taking a look at the brand new LG OLED 77G3. That's right, the top of the line LG OLED. I'm so excited to jump into this video, so we're going to break it into 4 parts: picture quality, features and design, audio, and of course my personal thoughts. So without further ado, let's jump right into the picture quality. Now, the G3 has a native resolution of 4K, which means there's going to be 8.3 million pixels on this TV. And what's impressive is not so much the pixel count, but the fact that it is an OLED TV, so it's going to be a completely different technology than what you're used to in most standard TVs. If you're not familiar with OLED technology, basically the difference is with a standard TV, the panel is lit from the edge or the back, and with an OLED TV, each one of those 8.3 million pixels has its own LED that can turn itself on, off, or red, green, white, and blue, which allows for awesome contrast and amazing blacks, which, you know, if you're watching movies, that's what you want. Now, most, and when I say most, I mean most of the time with OLED, at least for, you know, the past couple of years, you've had to sacrifice on some of the brightness that you've seen in some of the mini LED TVs, and that's just because of the white. And that was kind of what separates a lot of people from, you know, OLED and other technologies like mini LED, is that, you know, if you have a really, really bright TV, you can put it in a really, really bright room, and, you know, that might still be the best option for you. But I gotta say, the G3 is quite a bit brighter than the G2, at least from my eye, and both in, you know, vivid mode, you wouldn't even really know it's an OLED, to be honest. Now, it of course supports HDR10 and Dolby Vision, which if you saw when I loaded up some of the YouTube content that's 4K HDR, it actually had the HDR symbol pop up in the top right corner just to let me know that, hey, you're watching some HDR content, which I noticed because playing certain videos, it would pop up, and certain videos it wouldn't. So really smart that it can recognize that, and you actually do notice a difference. And to power this great picture, it's going to come with the new Alpha 9 6th Gen AI processor, and it's going to help create that amazing picture and do other things too that, you know, might lead us into our next part. So yeah, I mentioned the processing power as something that might be important, and what is it important for? Well, it's not only important for the picture quality, but it's also important for processing things like the operating system and typing in of passwords using the user interface. If you have a slow, you know, super cheap TV, you're going to notice a difference when you go to type in those passwords. It's going to take longer. You're going to have, you know, lag in between each press. With something as premium as the G3, it's not going to get much better than this. And since we're talking about all of that fun stuff, it runs off of LG's WebOS, which is honestly one of my favorite, if not my favorite, operating systems, and that's just simply because of how smooth it is. I've just always liked the design of WebOS, old and new versions. They've consistently been my favorite. This TV also is going to come with LG's Magic Remote, which it's a love-hate relationship for me, if I'm being honest, because I had an E6P, which is a very old OLED. Some of you might remember it, but the E6P, it was actually on a thin sheet of glass, and it had that premium feel, premium sound, and it came with a premium remote. Now we have a premium TV, but it doesn't come with a premium remote. So I'm a little bummed you don't get something a little bit more flashy, but it's just a remote. And at the end of the day, the Magic Remote, the reason I said it's a love-hate is because I hate that. I love how consistent and, you know, easy it is to use. Very, very reliable, and I think they've done a good job on the Magic Remote overall. Now, when it comes to connections, you're going to get an Ethernet port, of course, 3 USB ports, which is nice, and an optical port for the soundbar if you're connecting a soundbar or maybe a receiver, and most importantly, 4 HDMI ports, HDMI 2.1 might I add. And what's really cool is that 2 of them are actually HDMI ARC ports, so you can plug in multiple devices using ARC, which is, you know, something you don't get in lower end models of any brand. So yes, all of those ports are going to be able to support 4K at 120 Hz, and this is great for a few reasons. One, you have options so you can plug in multiple devices and get the same refresh rate and smoothness. And two, sometimes it can be a pain to reach in and unplug and plug HDMI cords in. So you just want to pick the easiest port to get into, and having only one that does 120 Hertz, sometimes it can be kind of annoying trying to find that on the back of your TV when you haven't touched it in years. And yes, you heard me right, 120 Hertz, which is important for anyone out there who games. It's just gonna help with that motion, especially if you have a next-gen console. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Now, in unboxing this, you might have noticed that this TV does not come with a stand. I know. Crazy. It comes with a wall mount instead. It's supposed to be on the wall. That's how it was designed. And honestly, if you really want to put it on a stand, you can. You just have to buy a universal stand, something like this Sanus stand that we've had it on this whole video. Oh, and something I should mention is that the mount on it is actually centered pretty high on the TV. So, you're going to have to mount it higher to get an even eye level look. But, that's if you're installing it yourself. Just thought I should mention that. Now, something I can really appreciate about the G3 is the design. And I really appreciate how thin it is, one, and the zero bezel that, when you're looking off to the side of the TV, you're not really seeing a bezel there, so you get as much screen and picture as you possibly can. And when it comes to soundbars, because this is supposed to be mounted on the wall, there's really only one option I can recommend, and that's doing, well, two. There's a full surround system, hardwired through a receiver, hidden in a cabinet, or the best option, in my opinion, is the GX soundbar, which is a slim style soundbar that mounts directly under the TV, designed specifically for the Gallery series, but it'll look great with any LG OLED. We've done a video on this, so you should definitely check that out if that's something that might interest you. It's just a cool soundbar in general, so if it doesn't interest you, you should still check it out. I would probably go with that, if I'm being honest. And since we're talking about sound, let's jump into the next part. So the big question, do I think this TV needs a soundbar? And the answer is yes. Although it has better sound than most TVs out of the box, I still think that TVs today are just so thin that you just don't get the sound that you need out of such a high quality picture. And honestly, I'd say sound is 50% of the experience, if not more. Don't believe me? Watch this clip of high quality video with low quality audio, and then low quality video with high quality audio, and you tell me which one is more tolerable.
So this is an example of amazing video quality with terrible audio quality. Let's switch and see what sounds better.
Now our video quality has decreased, but our audio quality has gone through the roof. Major improvements. What do you guys think? So yeah, to me personally, if you're going to have an awesome TV, you might as well have an awesome sound system to match. And, if you're going to be watching things on your TV, usually you're only going to watch it once, so why not watch it in the best possible way that you can? So, what are my final thoughts on the G3, and what do I like most? Well, I think for starters, the zero bezel and slim design adds that extra luxury feel that we all expect from a premium LG TV, and I think the G3 definitely gives us that. Also, something I didn't really mention, but the cable management on the back, and in terms of brightness, it's actually a lot brighter than the G2, in my personal opinion, so really a lot of stuff here. Now, if you guys want to pick up one of these, all the links will be down in the description. We really do appreciate your support. If you're here in the Phoenix Metro Valley, make sure to come visit our retail store here in Tempe and see the G3 for yourself. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.